Alright guys, we're back. What's it called? We're playing Doki Literature Club. This is going to be part 2. What's it called? So yesterday we left off after the first day where we get introduced to everybody and we wrote our poem, and today is where we're gonna be like going through the second day. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna go. I might go as long as possible just so I can like get this not finished faster, but get this moving, because we only did the first day. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna do, like I said before, but yeah. So we're playing it again. Couple disclaimers. First of all, I didn't say this in the last one, but I put it in the description. This game is not suitable for all audiences. There's some very suggestible themes in here that are very, like, not good. So if you are easily influenceable or are of, like, I think they said that the legal requirement is 13 years of age, then don't watch this. Otherwise, enjoy. I need to turn on my light because this game is really bright and I don't enjoy looking at directly bright screen, at least now with at least something in the background to help even that out. Yeah, a couple things real quick. So I said this in the last one, but in case you missed it, the reason why it looks a lot like there's a lot less lag, but it may look a tiny bit worse, is because I had to do some like performance balancing, so that way I would be able to stream and get a better frame rate out of it, so that way it's not as bad quality for you. Trust me, at this point it's like you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. Like if you see the dots freeze for a second, that's also happening just on my computer. But yeah, and then at the end of the video I'm gonna go through a new project I'd like to get going. Yeah, let me see, can I pull my, I can pull it to there, so sorry, I'm trying to see where I can bring everything to so I don't have to lean forward to play the game. Alright, load game. Sorry, let's get right into it. That's our intro. I also have the music. I do not claim any sort of media or music. All of the music you may hear in this goes out to the Salvato team. So yeah, with that being said, and all of this will be in the description as well, like the disclaimers. So I need to get an end card. I found out last night that YouTube makes it really easy to put those sorts of extras in there, like end cards and videos at the end, so. Alright. Yeah, I got my 0-calorie green tea here. I think it's better when I just come home, but then again, that's because I'm tired, so anything would taste better. Alright, let's see here. Hi again, Mr. Crimson. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. Yeah, baby, back for part 2. Round 2. Take me on, Monica. Fucking show you up. I just realized I only have 17 days. And technically less than that to do in our project. Like, that kind of sucks because it's like, it's not really a lot of time, especially for what he's trying to do. But I'll get it done. Don't worry about that. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping a promise, Mr. Crimson. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment to you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves... Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't hear the end of it. Atsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ooh, snap. Me. Atsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga's literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back to her seat. Don't worry, guys. Mr. Crimson always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is messy and it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Yeah. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Mr. Crimson... sure. You and Mr. Crimson can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seemed oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Huh? Me? Ooh, I'm flattered. Give it here. Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. That could sound like really freaking like condescending in a way. Okay, so I have to move. I bought earbuds so I can listen to music at school when I have a lot of free time. And I found that I like using them more than my Bluetooth ones. Not because like they have a cord, but it's like I don't like that part. Like it kind of gets in the way. But I also like it because it makes really clear audio when you get it right. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy too. Know what? It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Didn't want you to feel left out. So, I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is my thing is it's like, if somebody gives me a book that they wanted me to read and enjoy, it's kind of normal for them to like want to discuss it because it's like obviously something that they probably enjoy. Like this is kind of weird that she's making such a big deal. Like, I mean, I guess this is kind of like a responsibility she's putting on us. Like, oh, you gotta friggin' read it or else I'm gonna feel offended. I don't know. I just feel like, it's kind of standard for people to, when they receive, like, really any gift, to talk about it with the person who they got it from, because obviously it means a lot. So, how's this girl accidentally being so cute? Like, see, that's a perfectly fine thing to think. Like, you're thinking in your head, you're not bringing it out, and it's like, but you should also be in the back of your mind thinking, how do I control the situation now? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Is it making... Okay, I was gonna say, is it making us go for the Natsuki route? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse at the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I've never seen that voice line before. Usually they don't start swearing until Sayori's dead. I mean, Sayori doesn't die. Or does she? You don't know? I've already streamed it, so go watch it. Alright, we're back to this. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm better at this sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I want to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, of course. You know, you suck. But, just curious, how come you'd have two copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. Yeah, it's, sometimes you think it's a longer book, and then it turns out to be 5 pages. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you may have a hard time putting it down. It's very changing and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled... Oh, sorry. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moved in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by... Oh my gosh, I am, like, freaking out. I don't know why, I'm just, like... Oh, I think it's... Let's take this coat. Sorry, I had like a sensory overload for a moment, like literally everything on my body was just freaking out for no reason. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life seems to fall apart. That's kind of dark, ain't it? Especially for Yuri, Mrs. Sunshine and Rainbows over here with her bright and beautiful hair, of course. I don't know. That's just what I thought. It's like, you know, usually black hair doesn't really mean... I don't know. Usually people with black hair are more type of dark. Or at least I'm not trying to assume, of course. I'm just saying... Black hair is a little off-putting. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mr. Crimson? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be so completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. And horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought that you related to a protagonist, there may have to be be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I guess it's alright then. I feel like I hate to let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I don't really think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. Oh my gosh, I'm like losing it right now. I don't know why. Today's been iffy. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, you might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slid into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Ooh, pulling out the big literature words here, huh? I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's something I'm not very used to. It's reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, do you? Don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's... Ooh! Look at me being the friggin' sleazeball. Friggin'... Literally nothing was indicating that I should do this, I just do it. I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's. Then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to open the book. I guess that makes it kinda difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to her side. When holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. I'm more distracted by the teacher's stuff. Every time I look at it, it's like really sad. Like, I would hate being a teacher, like sitting there. Just it is as I. Sorry guys, it has been a day. Like I was real. I'm just gonna probably end it by the end of the day unless something picks up, cause I am just out of it, and I don't think I'm doing a great job streaming. So after this is over, we're gonna, like, after we write the poem, of course. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you over your lisp. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. Probably the least I can do. If you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri starts drooling. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it on her own thumb. How is that intimate? She literally just is grabbing a page. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does he? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. She also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, stands up, breaks. But Mr. Crimson, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think of that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Yeah. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We may not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You kinda look down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll do a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. First 2 chapters, that's like 5 minutes of reading there. Like, you really are undercutting me here. I may not read much, but do I look like a chump? I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now everyone's ready. Why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Theirs is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, we're just gonna do, like, go down the list just because it's, like, easier that way. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. This is a good poem, Mr. Crimson. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I am the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time. Oh, am I? Sorry. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. Really happy that you wrote one. This reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Wow! Just coming after her for no reason. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Mr. Crimson. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Just trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only a really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. What motive? You just joined the club to hope to, like, talk to girls. There's no real motive here. It's just like hope that's almost guaranteed. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Hey! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Alright, now, let me tell you a little thing. Whenever I read these, I like to... This? Oh, never mind. This didn't pop up last time. What's it called? I like to read all of the poems and stuff in, like, my Russian voice just because it helps me stay sort of clear and concise. And then it's like, also, I don't have to hope that I'm doing the right voice the whole time. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing forehead to help out of bed, making me roll sleepy from eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If this wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Well said. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nicer. How should I put it? It just sounds like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alright. Silence questionably? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little one. Well, excuse me, but it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? Yeah, you know what? Do it. No balls. I'll slam the shit out of you. A strong gust of wind will take you out the window. Like, friggin' try me. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Alright. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets leap. Horses race. Owls seek. Cheetahs run. Eagles fly. People can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, cuz everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. But people don't even take my writing seriously. Wasn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. It's like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Yeah, that really hit hard. Next I'm gonna friggin' cry my heart out to Ronald McDonald. I need to make a song about that now. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. If anything, it makes it, like, less feeling, like it kind of devoids all of its feeling. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Yeah, you calm down now. I wouldn't go that far. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that one from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, you know what else? You see that fan inching ever so close to you? Yeah, you wouldn't expect that from the boy of the group. I got a fan and I'm gonna blow you away. Friggin' next time they see you, you're gonna be in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki's feeling proud that I won't take that away from her. Should we do Yuri last? No, let's just do Yuri now. You gotta time it right. As Yuri reads a poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Oh, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. How? Who? He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. Whoa! This is actually my first time, really. Huh? He stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. You copied this from the internet, didn't you? Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Great, is she still gonna try to criticize? Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. The specific writing. Oh, of course. You gotta make a trail on there because we don't got any other dialogue. It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writing is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick. You literally just said exceptional. Alright? If you had to look that hard, then I wouldn't say that I'm doing this. In the end, the result is this. Both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but putting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It may take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. And Sugi can be a bit biased, though. Biased? Oh. Well... never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please, do! I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which in and of itself is pretty funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, now we gotta... Wait, I swear there used to be something. I swear there used to be something down there. Like, I swear it used to be at least longer. Like, there's no way. I refuse to believe it. Something's changed. This is a shorter poem. Alright. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of future. I bathe. Home. Breathing air of the present, but living in past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. I hate this sentence because it's like, no. Like, you're literally writing in cursive. I don't think, the only way I would say cursive handwriting's bad is when those people rushedly try to, sign off for packages, and they try to spell something. So, yeah. I say anybody who's, that good at, the thing is, I can read cursive pretty well. I think most people can. But it's friggin'... I cannot remember how to write in it very well. I can only remember how to write my name and then certain letters. But that's because the certain letters were really common. Oh fuck. What? Sorry, I've been drinking my tea. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? Man, we're putting the moves on her, but we're being subtle about it. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in a ghost, Yuri? You could say that. I have a ghost boyfriend. I'm cheating on him, though. With you. No, that's something I feel like she'd say, though. She gets, a little antsy. Woohoo! Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Mr. Crimson, you stupid bitch. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Of course you wouldn't know that because you suck. They usually do more than just tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her past, last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. A lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah, well, of course, I mean, you do really suck at this, so... Maybe I could get those habits down. Then we could read. Wink. Blush. Tip hat. Fall over. Blow Natsuki away. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. Maybe I keep doing my best for you, Mr. Crimson. Me too. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Manica. Hi, Mr. Crimson. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Mr. Crimson. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? That's sort of the barrier we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Hand Monica my poem. Great job, Mr. Crimson. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. It's not the truth. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. Very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. Sure, I'm nowhere near her level yet. Oh, sorry. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure you'll end up trying different things a lot. It kind of looks like my account wasn't logged in. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, direction of speckle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? Angry boyfriend? I'll never know. Wasn't home. I peered inside for clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind, like a film left out in sun. It's too late. The retina's already scorched with permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. Wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Trudging forever into everything. All of infinite choices. I realized now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Oh, I finally got the meaning of that poem. I'll see if you guys can pick up on it. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay, Mr. Crimson. At least you tried your best. You done, bitch. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some sort of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kinda nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monaco writing tip of today. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way of thinking about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just create a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. It's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Okay, don't cut yourself short now, you know. Come on, it couldn't have been that bad. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you, say something? Oh, it's nothing. Atsugi dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have just asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. Mr. Crimson did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, you can... By the way, that wasn't like the game skipping behind. I was trying to do like a little mini rant where people say something then they realize that it would be a really bad thing to say. So, that wasn't lag. Excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Mr. Crimson liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Atsugi suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... Ooh! You just... Yuri stands up as well. You're just jealous that Mr. Crimson appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how... Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. I was full of myself. I deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose kahunas magically grew size bigger as soon as Mr. Crimson started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... It doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was just standing here. Mr. Crimson, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple as writing is more effective. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Mr. Crimson. Wait. There's a reason I have so many deep and expressive words in our language. The only way to convey a complex feeling and the meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily eliminating yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Mr. Crimson? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Let's just call Sayer. I know that during this I'm going, but I don't want to be, yeah, let's just go for Sayori. Like, it's not so good. Sorry, no, you just want to make mean comments. What am I pressing that's doing that? Okay, I didn't know I was... Wait, what button is doing that? Oh. You're just able to get rid of the text? What's the point of that? I mean, I guess it makes sense it's H, but... Alright, help me say Ori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting and making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Okay, now we're just playing the guilt card, aren't we? Mr. Crimson? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. This is unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up bitch she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Like, nobody likes... Stop! That's not Yuri. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. But you, my friends, are wonderful people. I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because... well, also, Natsuki's cute. There's nothing wrong with that. Yuri's kahunas are the same size they've always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands up triumphantly. And another thing, Mr. Crimson. I wish. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Aren't we leaving? Like now? Why make tea now? Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face and staring at nothing. Wait, why is she making tea though? I don't know. So this is why Sayori is vice president, huh? I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I come off as a good leader and I can organize things. I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, I think that's kind of embarrassing for me. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. May be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself getting hurt. Wow. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. Yuri, you stupid bitch. You went and made tea for no reason. We're leaving. How'd you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Mostly. Mr. Crimson, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It's a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. Hey, look, that means I can at least do a better job of impressing those I want to impress. And nod to myself with newfound determination. Mr. Crimson, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Yeah. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, what happened earlier? About what happened earlier? Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. No, Mr. Crimson. It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... yeah. Every day is gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Whoa! We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. Why not the head? You know, it seems like you like to treat her like a dog, don't you? I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. We gotta focus Yuri, so like yesterday we're gonna do like at least 10 Yuri and then we'll spread out just so that way, because it's like we're trying to get Yuri the most because we need to see what this game holds for her. And then we'll just balance it out so that way none of them really feel like left out. So, sorry, my mouse is having a hard time just trying to pick up on a blanket. That's not what I want. Prayer. Oh no! I know this word? Oh boy, explode. We need to do at least to like 12. Oh, dang it. Yeah, let's just throw in a couple, like, Natsuki. There's not, we have to, oh no, we had to throw in some Natsuki, just so that way, because we did get the majority Yuri. Another day passes, it's time for the club meeting already. I've got more, oh yeah, sorry. We have to save here, guys, I forgot. Alright, I guess, yeah, no, because in case the thing that we just did. Alright, main menu. Alright, guys, well, that was Doki Doki Literature Club Part 2. Hope you enjoyed. Real quick, let me talk about the project I'm talking about. So, if you're not interested and you're not in my friend group right now, then you can just tune out here, you know, like, have a nice night, thanks for tuning in, I can't wait to see you next time. But now, let's get into what my friends are all invited to. I'm not sure when I'm gonna hold the meeting, but sometime soon I'll send out, like, information to those who qualify, and, I don't know if Xander do it, because he's kind of like grounded right now, so he's not really able to watch, at least I don't think. But regardless, Um, I'll send it by bird. No, so I decided that it might be some fun to start like a little band type thing on YouTube. Basically what it's gonna be, if everything actually works out. So for a while, my buddies have kinda in the back of their heads, like we've all kinda wanted to start a band, but I think we're all kinda scared because it's like, we need to know how to play the instruments. It's just like a lot of planning that would go into it that we're all not really equipped for right now. So that's why I think it would be a really good idea to do an online band. And so basically by that what I mean is we're gonna be a group of like people, kind of like a club in a way, where it's like basically we're all gonna have one YouTube channel that we make. I'm gonna share like the account details with everyone so they can all log on to this stuff when they need. And basically the way it's gonna work is everybody will have like, the reason I say it's kind of like a club is because like every now and then for people in it, if they haven't been posting in a while, like it's supposed to like help all of us get kind of comfortable with music and like, you know, helping each other out in a sense. I feel like it would be really beneficial. I don't know, but basically it's like we'd all be uploading songs that we make onto the channel. Now it doesn't even have to be just like songs. It can be like entire music videos. It could be just like dropping some beats. It could literally just be like coming up with lyrics. Like you could do like streams for lyrics, beat making, tutorials on music, but anything that's actually physically related to music. And we're like gonna probably exclude games. Like you're allowed to have songs about games, but it's like, I would say you probably want to steer away from that sort of thing. Yeah, so basically it would be us posting stuff. And the reason I also say it's kind of like a club is I know for at least what I want to do is after I hold the meeting and we get all the rules that we want to make sure is in there, we are going to like have a thing where it's like, as official like initiation, you have to make an entire song. It doesn't have to be good. The problem is I think that we're like really embarrassed still to show songs, even or like show stuff we made even if it's not good, which I don't really care about. But we have to, I'm thinking maybe make at least, I think it would be good for the beginning to like ease our way into figuring out how easy it really is to make like a song. And I'm not saying song making is easy, but like if you're coming up with a simple song, like it's not as difficult as people make it out to be. So we could like, what's it called? We could do it where it's like you start off with like no, you start off with like a title, or even if it's not gonna be your title, but a theme. Sorry guys, that probably might have echoed. I didn't mean for me to hit that button. My keyboard just wants to fall off my lap. But basically what it would be is, you know, you make some sort of theme or come up with a theme. It doesn't have to be too specific, just like a general theme that you can get like a lot of topics on, a lot of like lyrics to make. And then we'll ease our way in through the process. So after you come up with like a theme, we'll lead into like getting like a beat or like the music part or like the instrumental part of the song going. And then you can like, obviously song making isn't always just so like copy and paste and stuff like that. It's gonna take like, sometimes you find you want to implement certain elements, that's okay. But basically I think it would be fun to make like a little music club band type thing. So that's what I'm gonna be trying to do. I gotta get it set up and reach out to more people that I think might be into it. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the stream, or sorry, the recording. I hope it came out high quality. If it, you're probably seeing this only if it was of like decent quality, which it sounds to be. It wasn't very latent when I accidentally hit the unmute button. So yeah, with that being said, have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. See ya.